So good morning. Thank you for coming. One of the last session for this edition of Into EVC. So for those who doesn't know me, I'm Samuel Legrand. I work for my own for my company. I specialize in end user computing, based in Paris, France, and working with Citrix technologies since 10 years now. My main work is designing infrastructure for customers, from 10 users to 40,000 users, so quite a large spectrum. I'm an active and proud member of the French Citrix user group community, so just a month ago. Cocorico. Certified on Citrix and Microsoft infrastructure. You can follow me on Twitter, LinkedIn, and all this kind of stuff. So a quick agenda. I will summarize why I do this session. We need to figure out that things have changed. We have to know that there is a lot of encoding solution on HDX, and we will have a quick look to which values Citrix recommend us to, in terms of boundaries. I will explain how I make my testings, and some results, how we figure out to catch some trick to lower the boundaries used by a Citrix session. Some old tweaks that are still validated with the new version of Citrix, and a quick summary of the lesson learned. And if you have any question, I will try to answer. So, why this session? It's based on real life and labs experience. So one of my customers have a large issue when migrating to XenApp 5 to XenApp 5.x. It was, they were assuming all the meat of 10K, 20K, 30K, any one meat. And it's a branch office deployment with thousands of remote sites and remote locations. And the boundaries was an issue. So it was not present during the POC because all the tests have been performed on the LAN. So not a great idea. And we figured out that there was, depending on the configuration of a single user, could use up to 2 megs of boundaries. So quite a lot. So all the testing we have performed takes me hours. So I try to share this with the community. So things have changed. Desktop Windows Manager and desktop composition features appears in Vista. It changed a lot, and before it was only there was only one thing to do, is draw a line, draw a circle, draw anything, and that's it. Now there is the desktop composition services in Windows, and it's used to create, for each application there is a small driver who perform that, and after send a full picture of the screen to the screen. So before it was just commands, GDI commands, and now it's a picture that Citrix sent to the wire. So things have changed also. This is in 1996 Yahoo website, and the one from last year. So basically, before we were just sending some text, one picture, and that's it. Now we have a video, we have everything is flashing, and it's used more boundaries. So customers have forgot to see that. They still think that it's just a few. Citrix is designed for remote office, and that's it for them. If we look, ICR protocols is a MetaFrame 1.8 administrator guide. If we go to the design virtual desktop handbook, without video, but this specifically. So Citrix gives us a chart in order to know how to do which protocol, which encoding system should we put in place with some question. The first one is LAN connection. If you are using LAN, bandwidth is not an issue at all, so you can just use H.264, which is consuming a lot of bandwidth. If you need aero or if your endpoint is DirectX capable, and so on and so on. So this is quite difficult to find the right choice. With only this, it's quite difficult. So it exists, so you can use it, but we'll see that there is some other thing. If we stop at 7.6 FP3, there are the display protocol available. So from FrameOak, DCR for desktop composition redirection, which is quite. FrameOak is only designed for to work on a wireless environment, wireless WAN environment. DCR is for LAN. H.264 is for LAN and WAN, but use a lot of bandwidth. FinWire, non-H.264, but actually not using the codecs, and FinWire Legacy. There is a new one in 7.11, which is a selective H.264, which try to combine this one and this one, so quite good. So the value recommended by Citrix. So here's the formula. So basically 200K for each user requiring server rendered videos, 100 for those who are not watching videos, and 1,050 for 3D apps. It's quite easy to get it, but the problem is that for small offices, you have to take some additional kilobits, and this is something that is sometimes forgot by customers also. So if we summarize with that, for one user, Citrix asks us to have 1.1 megabytes, which is almost the same for 10 users with this formula. So that could be strange. So we start with a testing specification. So my customer was using Windows 2K8 R2 and 2K12 R2. We tried to have a limitation of the bandwidth to 1 and 5 megs. On the hardware level, it's only physical server with a lot of CPU, lot of RAM, SSDs. So that was not the issue for this testing. In the software part, we were using Perfmon on the client in the server. Login VSI to make some unbiased testing. We have my Word is launched for 10 seconds. My Excel sheet is on 1 minute, and you have to do it a lot of time in order to be accurate. And remote display analyzer, which is quite good tools. During the test, the virtual user were launching Office 2K7 for this specific test, and Internet Explorer 11 with a Flash website and HTML5 websites. So, on the for the Perfmon on the client, we were focusing on the CPU usage, RAM, and the byte sent through the wire, received, by the client. For the server, we were focusing also on CPU usage and RAM, and to measure the network part, we have used ICA output session bandwidth, which is a specific counter. You have it for each session, so it's really we have started with the global network usage, but it was not easy to find which user were. So we have started with Wireshark traces, and we say no, we have to use the Citrix and trust the Citrix counters for this part. For the login VSI, we were using Office Worker workload, and thanks to Barry Schiffer and Bram Wolf, we were using remote display analyzer, which saved us a lot of time. That's incredible. If you don't know this product, it allows you to change on the fly the display protocol used. You can tick this box and you are using a video codec to encode the ICA. Visual quality from always lossless, grid to lossless, medium, low, extra. So really cool thing. They just released a new version which is compatible with RDP, where it allows us to compare ICS versus RDP. So, go to YouTube. We have a hard work. So, basically, in order to, my customer would like to do MOOC, massive online courses, and the main goal was to know if they can remove Flash player from their endpoints. They would like to, doesn't rely on HDX media stream for Flash because it sucks a bit. It's quite difficult to have the same version of the Flash on the server and on the client. So they would like to do the rendering on the server. So we played a couple of different videos, and the quick summary is with legacy, the video quality was really bad. Around with 1 meg, around one picture every 3 seconds, which difficult, like that. So the audio was not sync with videos, which is a problem because you see the mouth of the person who speaks, and 3 or 4 seconds after you start to hear him. With ThinWire Plus, it's quite better. It's better because it's an adaptive protocol. It's so that it's in a limited bandwidth scenario, and they start to remove not legacy, send a beautiful picture every 3 seconds. ThinWire tried to do his best with the condition of the network. H.264 for video is really cool because it's the best user experience. And you can see here that the average bandwidth for the video testings for legacy, in fact, we are saturated. The link was saturated. And for the other, we have, and we can see there is a difference between the two OS, which is quite important. So if you need to have a lot of videos playing on the XenApp environment, Windows 2K 12R2 is the solution. And just a remark, don't test on LAN with ThinWire Plus because it's adaptive protocol. So if you give him 2 megs, he will take everything. So, Flash content. We figured that it was best for this specific use case to render the Flash on the server, because for every Flash, server rendering preserves the bandwidth. Because if you are doing client rendering, you will have to send all the Flash through the wire in order to have to start to play. The quality is really good, like it was local, because in fact it is local. But you are using a lot of bandwidth at the beginning, and after that it will go down. But you need to, with heavy flash, it's better to have to stream it during the whole duration of the video. And yes, flash is updated too frequently for a production environment. If you would like to use HDX redirection for flash, use QoS under one link in order to prioritize HDX traffic over HTTP or the proxy connection. The Office problem, yeah. We saw that H.264 is really performing well on video. The main issue is that your users are now watching videos during all their working day. So they are trying to work with Office, with Word, Excel, with PowerPoint is not a good idea. We will take some information later. But yeah, they are trying to work, and with H.264 there is high consumption of bandwidth because everything is picture. So even if you are sending text, he will send a picture of the A, you are just have to type. So increase amount of bandwidth for Office usage. So, and this problem is almost solved with selective H.264. So brings in 7.11. I don't have the chance to make the test. Just quick test from with one session that solves the issue, but we have to test with login VSI and all the tests that we have performed on this new version. So the policies, if you want to go legacy, which is really good if you are only doing legacy thing, Word, Excel, no videos. This is the most efficient policies we found with Citrix support, Citrix consulting, and myself and the team on which I work for. So this is a cool one. It allows to save a lot of times. So view Windows content while dragging, prohibited. Everyone is okay with that. So if we change here, ThinWire on H.264, allow it. You consume less bandwidth with this configuration. That sounds crazy at the beginning, but after looking to the way it works, it caches the entire window and it moves just a pointer. But that was not the case in legacy mode. So it's quite strange at the beginning, but you have to put this parameter. And for non-H.264, you are not using the video codec, and for the H.264, you are using video codec when available. The endpoint has to have codec installed, so it has to be Windows machine or a Mac with a specific version. It's a lot of testing to find the current things, because if you set, for example, this one, legacy graphic mode, at enable, a lot of the other policies doesn't work, but it was not documented at the moment I performed the test, so we tried hundreds of solutions. So a quick view to ICA or whatever over ICA. You have a published application, published desktop or VDI, and a receiver. So everything is working with ThinWire commands, draw bitmap, draw line, text, bitmap, etc. So basically, the application is seen as a bitmap for this point of view. So every GDI or SynWire commands are loose. This is important because here you shouldn't configure H.264 because it will use a lot of CPU to encode and to decode there for re-encoding for sending through the wire. So basically you should, if there is no network constraints here, basically you should make the best display available. So let the configuration, the default configuration, and it works almost fine. But not try to encode with H.264. All tweaks. Mouse timer and keyboard timers. We put it on the default ICFI. The mouse timer is just waiting for 120 milliseconds to send the mouse movements or click, and it allows to save to divide by 2 the bandwidth used while Windows dragging. So really good. Lesson learned. So avoid PowerPoint slideshow on a XenApp environment. It's using the problem is the transitions are making a usage of bandwidth incredible. So if you need to make a slideshow, you will have to put more bandwidth. Every time we figure out with a specific problem on a specific endpoint, it was because of the receiver version. You have to be updated at least at 4.4. 4.5 if you plan to use selective HDX H.264, which comes from 7.11, so you have to upgrade your receiver first. Remote display analyzer saves you a lot of time, and users are not predictable. You can make all the tests that you want in the POC, or you have to know how they work. So basically you have to go behind someone, watch what he is doing, and after that you will know. It's not predictable. You can use maybe session recording, but it's not often put in place. So anyway. And the last thing is it's better to set a maximum bandwidth for each session, for other purpose also. So for the display protocol, it allows to say to the protocol, you are on a constrained environment, so do not try to use all the bandwidth. So we put 3 meg, even if bandwidth available was 1. So, and it seems to work really good. Really good, sorry. If you have any question, I've been quite fast. Yeah.
Have you done some bandwidth emulation?
Yeah, we have.
Maybe say latency, etc.
Yeah, we try. I was used to use 1M to emulate one with packet lost, and for this specific customer that was not possible. So we were using net limiter, which is not so bad, but not as efficient than 1M. But in my lab, I have tried with 1M, and all the latency is not, if you stay in normal latencies, like not over 100 milliseconds, all the protocols are working quite well. If you are under that, you will have to go to framework, which is using a lot of bandwidth, but could be used with a lot of packet loss. I've seen the demo at Summit with almost 80% of packet loss, and the Google Earth was still turning around. Whoops. So it's a framework is amazing, but it's not for this use case.
Only special use case.
Yeah, special with a wireless one, 4G network or.
Great.
Anyone? So it's finished. Thank you.